Today we're going to talk about equipment again, and I'm going to discuss another piece of equipment that's good to have around, which is a home slicer. Usual reminder, I'm not paid to endorse anything that I use. But after a lot of research, I bought a Chef's Choice 615A slicer, and I've been really pleased with it. Now, it comes with a serrated blade, but I don't really like it for most things. Useful for bread or thick-skinned vegetables, to get through the surface. But, for meat and thin slicing, I think it kind of tears at them a bit. Luckily, there is an accessory blade that you can buy that's a thin, straight, sharp blade, and it works very well and can even make paper-thin slices. Now, the blade's speed on this is slow, okay? You can see it. You're not going to be doing the deli thing like they do. You're going to have to be a little bit patient. But, again, for home use, it's perfectly fine. It will work just as well. It's just you need to go through slowly. It has a relatively large adjustment range. There's just this little dial on the back here. And you can see what it does is when I turn the dial, it moves the guide plate. And you can see that I can get a pretty thick slice. That's like a Texas toast slice if I really needed it, all the way down to like really, really thin. So the other thing here, it comes with a catch tray that you can stick this underneath, and so whatever you're slicing gets caught in that, it's easy to pull it out. The other thing about this is the pusher here locks over the blade for storage. So it's good. It keeps that edge of the blade here from possibly cutting you when you're moving the thing around. So it's also easy to come apart and very easy to clean. Essentially, if I pull this way, this whole guide thing, this whole pusher comes out. The blade itself, it's very simple. There's just this center plastic nut that comes off. Right, and then I can just take the blade right out, being careful not to cut myself, so I can clean that and I can clean underneath it. And then finally, this guide plate in the back also comes off completely like that. So, and so I can get into everything else. I can clean this in the sink and I can get pretty much else into it. The maintenance is really easy. All you really need is some food grade grease occasionally, and it's very occasionally, to put on here and on these touch points on the back of the blade, and that's really all there is to it for maintenance. And like I said, food grade grease, Vaseline's okay too, it doesn't really matter. So that's pretty much it. The cost of this is under $200. In fact, I've seen it as low as $160, and sometimes, somebody's having a sale or something like that, maybe even a little bit less. So that's it. It's the Chef's Choice Model 615A home slicer, and I think you'll find it very useful. Thanks for joining me.